know they're inside the 20 and they have all those timeouts. Looking to the end zone for Diggs. He went up and got it. And a touchdown for Stephon Diggs.
Course for Tampa Bay.
It's free play, although I don't see a flag now. Yes, it is. And this is going to go for a touchdown for Diggs.
$183.4. 183.4. Settle, son, is now just named Brandon. It's just Brandon. 183.4. I'm done. It's over. AP's beatdown is now Brandon's beatdown. It's just, that's it. Week 3, it was fun. It's over. That's the season. 183.4. That's 2 teams worth of score. That's crazy. It was fun, guys. See ya.
This telecast is copyrighted.
Not really. Welcome to week 3 of the Fantasy Football Review. I'm glad you guys are joining us again this week. 3 records last week, 3 records this week. And I think these might be it, or at least 2 of them, because they're absolutely insane numbers. So to start off this week, let's go ahead and get right into it. Thank you, Brandon, in this particular case, because I really thought it was going to be me. But you beat Jeremy down again. You're 87.2 points over Jeremy.
No! He wasn't ready!
Is the AP's beatdown winner this week. That is a huge margin of victory. It is just crazy knowing what Jeremy got himself. So 87.2 is a new record this week. It was 54.6 was the largest margin and blew that out of the water by 30 points. So congratulations on that one. I'll just jump down to your other award, Settle Son, 183.4 points. It's just absolutely crazy. We went from 167.2 with Greg to me 1 point higher, 168.2. Feeling good about myself, thinking things are going to go well. 183.4. Brandon has the record, and honestly, I hope you keep it because that's just anything higher, and I don't know what to do. So congratulations, you have the beatdown, and you have the Settle Son award for this week. Well done. Moving back into reality with the rest of us, we have finally our closest shave, which is getting down to where I would hope they would get to at 0.2 points. That's a new record for the closest margin of victory. Adam squeaks it out over Tom, which is really impressive if you go and look at his score. Between his starters and his bench, I think he had 5 players with a 0. So yeah, 0.2, got it done. Got it in and over. A W is a W. At the end of the season, we won't even remember, maybe. And you have a win. So congratulations, Adam, getting that tight margin of victory over Tom. Next up, out of the records and into some regular week stuff, we have the Totally Tanked Award. I want to start by just showing you kind of a progression. Jason was our first week with 64.7 points. Bounced back to 114.7 last week. And then this week he's up to 141.5. So he's more than doubled his original score from week 1. So just want to encourage you guys that that's what can happen. What can also happen is what I did. I went from modest score to the Settle Son last week, and then I dropped 100 points this week down to 86.2. I am your Totally Tanked this week. So it's been a roller coaster ride. That's what happened. So congratulations to me. I totally tanked. It was exciting. But my Packers won. So we're okay. Biggest bust this week. Lowest scoring first rounder. Goes up to that close shave. Adam had a 4.3 with Cam Newton. And I'm sorry, Adam. I can't help myself. He did not start. Trying Trevor Siemian, who I think got 4.7, started for Team Konnichiwa this week. And Adam had Cam Newton on the bench for 4.3. So he's supposed to bounce back. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him. But I don't like the Panthers, so I don't care. So anyways, that's the biggest bust this week, Cam Newton. David Johnson's still on the bench. But that's where yours guy is too, so it's okay. We're all the same here. Finally, our golden boy, the highest performing player, would be Stevie Diggs. Brian and Matt getting 41.3 points out of him this week from not Teddy Bridgewater, not Sam Bradford, but some other guy who showed up and decided he could actually play on his third or fourth team. So congratulations, guys, on that 41.3. We will pray that he does not replicate that every time that he plays Green Bay. So congratulations, Brian Matt, on your golden boy this week. A few things that are interesting this week. Our average score across the league has gone up, clearly, to 120 this week. So it's climbing, and it's looking good. And if we settle around here, it's making for some interesting games. We had all but, I think, 4 coaches not actually go above 100 points this week. So that's pretty impressive, and has made for some really interesting games across the league, including the Battle for Middle Earth this week, where the Shire Bagginses went up against BB's Balrogs. So that was an interesting clash in Middle Earth. So I appreciate you guys coming up with some creative names. Those have been fun. And if you haven't yet, you can still do that if you need help on how to. Just talk to someone. It's fun to have some interesting names with those. Another thing that is interesting is that our average first round score has gone up significantly as well. These guys are actually showing up at 21.5. So that's a big score for what you'd expect from your first rounders. So that's pretty cool to have an average of 21.5, which means some of them are blowing it up if they're pulling up that average, and some of them are not doing as hot. But even so, 21.5 is pretty impressive. So with that, the standings. The standings, the last thing. We have some separation. Not really happening. It's only been 3 weeks. I don't want you guys to be thinking playoffs too quickly yet. There's too much season left. We will be only taking the top 4 from each league to develop our playoff system. But from here, you can see in Gideon's Gridiron, Brandon is the only undefeated with 3-0. Beneath him are Rusty, Nick, Greg, Alexandra, and Sam, all with 2 wins and 1 loss. Then Kirsten and Brian with 1 win. And then Jeremy and Isaac Nisita still looking for their first wins. We had some pretty tight games for Jeremy particularly. He's been the closest shave loser twice, and then was beat down this week by Brandon. So that's where we're at in Gideon's Gridiron. In Goliath's goal line, we have Isaac Gaskin as the only remaining undefeated at 3-0. Beneath him is one less team at 2-1 with Tom, David, Steven, and Jason. And then 4 1 winners with Christina, CJ, Bobby, and Adam. And then Matt at 0-3. So he has had some tight games as well too. So we'll see if he can bounce back as well. And he just blames me for all of it. Anyways, so whatever. Yeah, I totally tanked this week myself. So that's how it goes. That's all I got for this week. If you are enjoying these, please let me know in the comments. It certainly helps me to know that you guys watch them and that you enjoy it. And then if you are looking for anything for help, like in what waiver wires are, I talked to a few people the past 2 weeks on what that stuff means. Please just ask questions. This is about having fun. It's about enjoying some competition. It's about cheering for teams that you may not usually cheer for, and being into the games more.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.